Today, I learnt the hard way. You know when very dark man says, don't play, or you go learn, and you learn the hard way. Today, I learnt the hard way. I was in court. Some of you may not know. Let me just give you a short context. We are suing INEC because INEC failed to register us despite meeting all the requirements. INEC still failed to register us as a political party. And we were in court to contest it. Somehow, we thought that, I thought that we can just file our suit and then the court will just hear it and then boom, they will just register us. Oh boy, I am sure that Tinubu was just somewhere saying, oh boy, just the play. And oh boy, I played and I have learnt the hard way. I have learnt that Tinubu is not joking. But that's not even the main thing that I learnt. It's over 6 months now that we filed that suit. An order of mandamus compelling INEC to carry out its constitutionally backed duties. And I had thought that in 1 month, the thing would have been sorted out because we actually filed for urgency so that the matter can be treated fast during vacation. Vacation come, vacation go. Matter was transferred to normal court. And 6 months after, we are adjourned again. What has that taught me? Justice in Nigeria is expensive. Justice in Nigeria is not a sprint. It is a marathon. But above all, Tinubu is not joking. I understood the true power of incumbency. In court, I met Showore and I engaged him. He saw the INEC guidelines with me. And he said, that's INEC guideline. I said, yes. He said, what are you doing? What are you in court for? I explained. And then he laughed. He said, they won't register you. I said, they will register me. That was how confident I was that our matter will be treated with dispatch. Very, very fast. And then when I insisted that we'll be registered, he said, okay, even if they will register you, they will register you after 2027 election. I say, how? It's a straightforward case. It's a slam dunk. Oh boy. 6 months after, I am learning the hard way. One thing has come out strong in all this. I can't exactly blame Tinubu, even though at the end of the day, all of us will just say, he's the one behind the scenes. I can't exactly blame him. The truth is, even the judges, I can't exactly blame them. The process. If you are taking your case to court, number one, you yourself, you must understand the legal process. And you don't have to be a lawyer to understand it. If you tell yourself that I'm not a lawyer and you don't understand the legal process, one, you will play and you will learn the hard way, like I have learned. Number two, your lawyer is very, very important. In the course of these past 6 months that we're trying to get this order of mandamus, because we have to wait every court day for our case to be called. Sometimes our case can be number 18 At other times, it can be number 27. In fact, there was a particular day our case was number 27. Out of 28 cases in that Justice Emeka Wite had to treat, we were number 27. So, by the time they called cases up to number 11 or so, the next thing we just heard, the judge spoke some grammar. All I heard was, I heard a villa, I heard this thing, and then the next thing was, I rise. Now, so they're not a color, so. And that day I was hoping that if they had heard my case, the preliminary objection of INEC would have been cancelled. They not hear them. So what did I learn? Because our lawyer was not a senior advocate of Nigeria, our case was pushed to number 27. Now, if we had the money to hire a senior advocate, our case will be pushed forward, because what I have learned now about the legal process in Nigeria, the judicial process, they give preference to senior lawyers, senior advocates of Nigeria. So if there are 27, 28 cases, they will first of all attend to the ones involving senior advocates of Nigeria. I didn't know that before. Maybe we would have looked for money to hire a senior advocate. But now that I know that, I tried to hire a senior advocate. Oh boy, the money not be beans. So when I say that justice in Nigeria is expensive, I mean it. And the sad thing is that justice being expensive is not only a Nigerian thing. Justice is expensive everywhere. But we are optimistic. Yeah, like I said before, justice is not a sprint, it is a marathon. So if what Showore said is going to turn out to be true, that they won't register us, or they will register us after 2027, then we will wait. And in the process, we will not be quiet, we will engage to make sure that the elections in 2027 are indeed free, fair, and credible. It is in the best interest of everybody. It is in the interest of Tinubu. It is in the interest of Atiku. It is in the interest of Peter Obi. Interest of who else? Every politician, whether you are the ruling party or opposition party, free and fair election is in the interest of everybody. I asked a question before, I will ask it again. If the election of 2027 is visibly free and fair, we see and say, true, the election dey free and it dey fair, you go complain? Me, I know say I no go complain. So if Tinubu, the APC, want to leave a legacy, so they won't have all these illegitimacy concern, let them give us free and fair election. But then again, this is where when I say something and then I begin to tell myself, they play. However trustworthy INEC is, and this is not to disparage INEC to say whether or not they will do glitch like they did in 2023. After all, we have a new INEC chairman. We give INEC the benefit of the doubt that they're going to be 100% transparent, credible, and all that. But that would be single point of failure if we put all our eggs in one basket. We need to have alternative, and independently verifiable alternative. A people-powered alternative. It doesn't mean that we don't trust INEC, even though many people do not trust INEC. And INEC knows that they have a trust deficit. Even though we don't trust INEC, or many people don't trust INEC, it is not because we don't trust INEC that we have to have this independently verifiable result, real-time result collation. Because let's not forget to ask yourself, we are complaining now that the Senate is delaying the passage of the Electoral Amendment Bill. And we are forgetting that in that amendment that we even want them to pass, There's no real-time result collation in there. There's only mandatory result transmission to IREV. And when I'm not saying a picture, not full IREV. If the experience of 2023 is anything to go by, we go to see all manner of funny pictures in there. And the onus is still on the person who is disputing the credibility of the election to prove it. So we need an independently verifiable, and that is where election or Vote Watch comes in. If you have not joined Vote Watch, I think it will help to join Vote Watch. The electoral atmosphere is charged right now. Peter Obi was out yesterday in Apo Mechanic Village campaigning hard. In fact, when I saw Peter Obi campaigning, I thought he was campaigning for 2027 election. The energy he put into it, the vigor, typical of Peter Obi. But then I quickly realized that he was actually campaigning for the AMAC chairmanship election. And not just AMAC now, or the area council election. For those of you who may not know, area council is the same thing as local government in the FCT. So he's campaigning for all the ADC chairmanship candidates. And that's commendable, we must say. Because we have not seen any other big political heavyweights do such for any of the area council. But then, we have a Wike that is also openly backing the APC candidate, who happens to be the incumbent. That's what's Mekalango for AMAC. Yes. Now, when I was watching Peter Obi in that campaign, he said something about, oh yes, he's going to run for president in #1 position. He's not running for vice president. Well, that's a matter for another day, because that one, I put some question mark here and there. But here's the thing. If Peter Obi or Atiku or Rotimi Amechi, many times we don't even put Rotimi Amechi in the mix. But that man is no pushover. If they are going to have any headway, if the AMAC election of February 21, 2026 is going to favor the best candidate, then we must tackle voter apathy. A lot of people will come out and hail Obi, and the crowd at that campaign event that Peter Obi was in, that crowd was mammoth. It was energetic. Yes. But you see, how many of those people will come out to vote on election day? How many? Look at what happened in Anambra. 20% voter turnout. That's 80% voter apathy. What are we doing to kick out voter apathy in the February 21, 2026 AMAC elections? What are we doing? What are we doing to bring out the people who have PVC, but they would rather sit at home on election day? What are we doing? So we need to go beyond all these campaigns and put measures in place to tackle things like voter apathy, to tackle things like election rigging. And one beautiful tool to take care of that again, Vote Watch. Vote Watch. Vote Watch is a non-partisan solution. It is a multi-partisan solution. It is an unbiased solution. And the people pushing Vote Watch are doing it just so that we can have a level playing field. Because we have come to realize something. We cannot have a Nigeria that works for all of us without free, fair, and credible elections. We cannot inspire voters with PVC to come out and vote, eradicate voter apathy, if we do not have a tool like Vote Watch that will inspire them to come out. So I appeal to you, join Vote Watch today.